We've been hearing a lot about how Democrats and particularly liberal educators are indoctrinating school children with evil critical race theory. One of the people who typically makes that point is Ben Shapiro, who is featured in a new ad campaign for a conservative publisher for children. And the ad is fascinating because it features him at a school library indoctrinating kids with his own ideology. Let's watch.
All right, so I'm supposed to teach you about things today, so get ready.
Yay?
Yay?
I've seen my mom look at him on Facebook. She said he was a very smart guy.
Do you think he is?
Well, now that I've met him, maybe.
A lot of people kind of think that freedom is you get to do what you want. So if you want to run into a tree, that's freedom.
Eat.
Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't eat people like that. You don't have freedom to eat people. Cannibalism is bad.
I forgot what that's called.
It's called cannibalism. Government is what takes all of your money and gives you very little in return.
That is not true.
Okay, that's I mean, it's kind of true. It depends on the kind of government. Yeah, that is what taxes are for, but taxes are theft, children.
And talk okay, maybe you do know a lot. And talk fast.
Yeah, I do talk fast.
Trump,
yeah.
He is the best. He was better. Don't insult the president because he will come and attack you.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's way off base about that.
I come from a state called California, where monsters roam the streets and garbage is strewn everywhere. It's a horror-scape. So guys, you just learned more than you will in all of college about how the government works.
So this is part of an ad campaign by a conservative book company, and we have a video explaining what they're doing in just a moment. Originally, I thought this might be at a public school, but no, it's an ad, it's at a school library. I don't even know if these are paid children actors, right? Because if it's an ad, I mean, it could be, who knows? But I appreciate that they included some fun moments with a kid pushing back against his talking points. That's fun.
Yeah, if that's real, that's an awesome kid. Because not only is he correct in pushing back against Shapiro, but apparently he didn't get it from his mom. Like his mom apparently is a Shapiro fan, and the kid is tiny, and he still figured out, no, I don't think mom knows what she's talking about.
Oh my God.
Like, no, you pay taxes and then the government gives you stuff like roads, bridges, schools, etc. That's true, right? But okay, so there's two elements of this that are interesting. Number one, conservatives don't mind indoctrination of young kids. They love it.
They want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there it is. I mean, he just did a giant video saying, I'm indoctrinating kids. Watch me indoctrinate kids. The government is evil. California is filled with monsters. Don't let them take your taxes. And by the way, it's indoctrination in favor of the rich, right?
Yeah.
Do remember, taxing the rich is the worst thing you could do, little kids. You remember, everybody remember? Do not tax the rich. Have we brainwashed them enough yet? High five, right? So now, the other aspect of it is the uneven playing field. He says all this and it's not overly remarkable, right? Now imagine if I did a video where I went into talk to little kids and I was like, now remember everybody, people in Alabama are monsters. They're terrible people down in Alabama. You shouldn't like them. And remember, Republicans are the worst, okay? And we should tax the crap out of them.
We should eat the rich.
Right, I mean, whatever, right? But of course, I wouldn't say that because I don't believe that about eating the rich. But I do believe the other stuff, not tax the crap out of them, but a fair tax system, etc. But even saying things that are benign would get you like, oh my God, it'd be a national story. I can't believe he's doing it. That's outrageous. Let alone criticizing the right wing in the way that they criticize us on a regular basis.
Yeah, look, overall, this is to promote a conservative book company and it's not at a public school. And so whatever, like it's an ad. So it doesn't bother me as much. If it were in a public school, first of all, especially in the context of this political climate with well-funded billionaire conservatives funding these organizations that go in and harass the crap out of these school boards to get what they want, to ban certain books they don't like, that is the problem. And it's just incredible because with that backdrop, you're right. You have this ad, it's just like, wait, isn't this what you're claiming you're supposed to be against? I don't know. Now, with that said, we don't have to imagine what the conservative response would be, Cenk, because we have a history to point to, specific case study involving a former president of ours, Barack Obama. Apparently Obama back in 2009, when he was president, announced that he wanted to or had plans to give a speech to students, and it was just meant to encourage them to stay in school. There's no political message there. It's just, hey, stay in school. We don't want you to drop out. And conservatives lost their minds over that. The president is trying to indoctrinate America's children to his socialist agenda.
Is staying in school socialist?
I guess so.
Okay.
I guess so. President Obama has turned to Americans' children to spread his liberal lies, indoctrinating Americans' youngest children before they have a chance to decide for themselves. And let's be clear, the book company that Ben Shapiro is doing an advertisement for has that one goal and one goal only. So here's the conservative book company. This video explains what Conservakids is trying to do through their series of conservative books.
That I frequently get asked is, how do I talk to my own children about conservative values and the things that matter? And my answer is Conservakids. Conservakids brings you books like Home of the Brave, for example, in which they discuss things like American values and American history. And there's so many forces out there that are seeking to twist what kids think. There's so many people out there who want your kids to believe things that they really shouldn't believe, who want to take control of your child's education away from you. Not so with Conservakids. They just make great materials. They're safe for all your kids. Not just safe, they're virtuous for you to get for your kids.
Let's talk about who's trying to twist history and basically decide what kids get to learn and what they don't get to learn. We've been talking about various books that have been banned from school libraries by conservatives recently. There's other examples that I'd like to share with you. In Oklahoma, for instance, a bill was introduced in the state Senate that would prohibit public school libraries from keeping books on hand that focus on sexual activity, sexual identity, and gender identity. Pretty broad categories there. In Tennessee, the McMinn County Board of Education voted to remove the Pulitzer Prize winning graphic novel Mouse from an 8th grade module on the Holocaust because of nudity and curse words.
Wow, the mouse being nude is a problem.
I mean, who hasn't been enticed by naked mice, you know?
Yeah.
It's sick. And by the way, that's not an isolated incident. There's so many other cases. Parents, activists, school board officials, and lawmakers around the country are challenging books at a pace not seen in decades. The American Library Association said in a preliminary report that it received an unprecedented 330 reports of book challenges, each of which can include multiple books last fall.
By the way, this is literal indoctrination. You think they're teaching actual history? They're not teaching actual history. They're teaching a whitewashed version of it, right? America was awesome. We never did anything wrong. Don't listen to anyone who's complaining about things that America might have done wrong. It's pure propaganda. Imagine, again, if we had books that said things that were completely factual, but we just called it lib kids, right? People were like, ah! Indoctrination. And then imagine if we lied like they did. Lib kids said America is only evil.
Oh my God. Yeah, if it was like a caricature of what they think liberal indoctrination is.
Exactly, but they do the caricature. They're not joking. I mean, rich people are great. America's never done anything wrong. All these, remember, kids, government taxation is wrong. The rich should never, ever have to pay taxes. It is theft. Remember that, kids. Gee, I wonder what kind of indoctrination you guys are doing. Hey, I'm cool with it as long as you shut up pretending that when we actually teach science, that's indoctrination.
Listen, I don't want any political bent in public schools. Okay, I don't think that liberals should have a monopoly over what children learn in public schools, and I feel the same way about conservatives. But that's the difference between, I think, most people on the left versus what we're seeing from the right. The right does want to have a monopoly over what children learn. They do want to indoctrinate kids. I want kids to decide for themselves. I want them to have a robust, fact-based education. Yes, that includes history as well. And let them mature into adults who have their own perceptions and their own views.
Yeah, and let's not treat them with kid gloves. Keep it real. They're against a lot of the topics that we teach in school. Science, we didn't politicize science. Science is science. We just want you to teach science as it is. We don't want you to change a word of it. They're like, well, it's inconvenient. And it goes against some of our political points. Change the science, change the science. History, well, we want you to teach all of it. The good, the bad, the Marshall Plan was fantastic. There's great parts of America. That's why my family came here. I want you to teach all of it. Nah, we don't like that. We want you to just erase parts of the history, etc. So you don't actually want to teach them facts. You want to teach them propaganda. Just be honest about it and we're all good. But they're never ever gonna be honest. Ben Shapiro and all the rest of them will lie forever and ever and pretend they're against indoctrination when they love it. That's the main thing that they do with so-called education from their perspective. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.